Hi, my name is Joseph, and I'd like to share my testimony with you. I've had a burning bush experience with God. Let's go back a little while and look at me. I look pretty good, successful. I'm maintaining and keeping things in check. I was in the military for a little while and got injured, and when I got out, I kind of blamed everything and everybody for what I was going through. um, I started doing drugs and alcohol and smoking weed, and I was a mess. But I couldn't tell myself that I was a mess. People around me told me I was a mess. I didn't believe them. I thought they were lying. And that's with anything. Until you can confront yourself and your own demons, you'll never find help. So cocaine is my drug of choice, and I can snort cocaine all day long. If I had a pool, I could swim in it, and I'm in bliss. Yeah, but I'm not bragging about that. It was something that I did in my life, and it's gone. And I praise God for that because there was a period where I was smoking crack every day. And I'm talking about, if I had $100, that $100 would go to crack. Now, for me personally, I wouldn't steal from nobody or sell my stuff just to get more of that. I drew a line in my mind with that, but there are a lot of people that will rob their own mother just to get another hit. Needless to say, it wasn't me. So I did smoke almost every day, and especially when I got paid, I would find people coming to my house just to smoke my crack. And once all my money was gone, they left. And since I'm on a fixed income, the first of the month come, I got money. The third of the month, I'm broke. And when the third came, everybody was gone. Nobody showed up unless they knew I had money. So a light went on, click in my head, and I said, these people that I'm hanging with just don't mean me no good. So I had to consciously get rid of them. I stopped opening the door when they rang the bell, and I stopped associating with them because I found out all they were doing was spending my money. And they wasn't bringing no crack to me. Anyway, let's go on with the story. Ended up losing a wife, losing my kids, losing a lot of things because of drugs or alcohol, most of the time, both. And, going through it, you don't see it. Even when somebody tell you about it, you don't see it. But once you start looking at the big picture, like who are you and where are you going? And what have you done that got you to where you are? And how can you change it so that you can get the things that you really want? So when you get to that, level of self-awareness, then you start making changes as I did. I got rid of the people that I was hanging out with. Used to be, I used to drive down the road and see a crackhead, a girl, and picked her up because she knew where the crack was. So I would go take her to the house. She'd buy it. I'd have to tear her off, and that wasn't nothing nice. And my wife was aware of all of that, and she complained for sure about me picking up stray women, even though I'm a faithful man. I've done nothing to none of them. Um, so I decided, well, I'm not going to do that no more. I found someone who supplied it, and I can come to my own house and smoke it. Now, at this point, I was only smoking about a 20 rock every other day or something like that. And I'm in the bathroom one day and I smoked a 20, and all of a sudden I saw my hand bleed, but there was no blood. I didn't know what to think. So I finished smoking my 20, did my thing, went back and drank and smoked some weed and whatever else I did after that. I'm in the house. I can get away with this. Until a couple of days later, I got another 20. And I took a couple of hits, and all of a sudden, I saw my hand bleed again. But there was no blood. I'm getting confused at this. How can my hand bleed, but there's no blood dripping nowhere? I didn't see no blood. Then a couple of days later, I went and I got another 20 and I smoked a couple of hits. And then I looked at my hand and I saw blood again, but there was no blood. I'm like, what's going on? I had to come to the consensus that God was calling me to do something. He was talking to me. He wanted me to stop this madness. And I did. From that point on, I quit crack, weed, cigarettes, drinking. I just went cold turkey because I felt that this is the same thing that happened to Moses when he was, let me read, he was tending his sheep, his father-in-law's sheep, and he looked at a bush that had fire in it, but it wasn't burning. Let me read it real quick. This is out of Exodus chapter 3, verses 2, I want to get to, but we'll start with 3. And it says, now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, at the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. There an angel of the Lord appeared to him in flames of fire from within the bush. Moses saw through the bush. He saw though the bush was on fire, it didn't burn up. And so this is the same thing that I was going through. I saw blood in my hand, but I wasn't bleeding. So now it was enough for me to quit. And I did. And now I'm waiting on God to show me just what he has in store for me. How can I help people like you, quit smoking, quit drinking, quit, if you're a liar or a thief or whatever, stop that so that you can stand in the place of righteousness and be that right standing man or woman that, your family thought you would have been all your life, or really that God is looking for so that he can use you. Now, this is going to be a regular series, so there's other things to talk about. I got a world of knowledge within me to help you get your life together. So hit me up and let's get busy. God bless you. Have a great day.